Tribe, you asked and I listened. So here is my new summer wash day routine.
Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for tuning in. If you guys saw my last video, and even if you didn't, I talked about 9 years being locked and how my hair has been struggling with dandruff. My locks have been falling out at the front, and how I have reached out to get a referral for a dermatologist. While I'm waiting for that appointment, in the meantime, I've changed my wash and lock care routine, and I really want to share that with you. This works for me. I've been doing this for probably about 2 weeks, and so this has seemed to work for me. Cross my fingers right now. So I wanted to make sure that I share it with you guys, because I know you guys are all going through your own journeys. This may or may not work for your hair, but I always think it's really good to have the information about, what people have done that's worked for them. And if you have, the severe dandruff, itchy scalp, flaking, and sometimes like scabbing that I actually did, it's just good to know. So the first thing I did was I went out and because I was doing my research, and everything that I was using before had sulfates in it, had parabens in it, had a whole bunch of really harsh chemicals and things like that in them. And so when I did my research, I found that sulfates and things like that often will actually dry out your hair and cause more irritation to the scalp. And overall, they're not good for you. So I searched up some shampoos that work really well for locks. And so I found Carol's Daughter Wash Day Delight. And this shampoo has no sulfates, no parabens, no petroleum, no silicones, and no artificial colors. So I was like, okay, let me try this. Also, the nozzle gets right into the scalp and in between the locks, because what I was finding was while I was washing my hair, getting right to the root was sometimes a struggle and it didn't feel clean. And so I've got this, and I have now tried it twice. So this week will be my third time using it. And I have to say, initially, I didn't love, because I thought, oh my gosh, like I need to have all these suds and everything else like that. And this didn't have as much suds as I'm typically used to using, like random drugstore stuff. And I was also using, what was I using? I was using mango and lime before as well. But I found that this didn't have as much suds, even though like when you look at the bottle, it's pure suds. It didn't have as much suds when I actually put it on. And so I was like, oh, maybe this is not cleaning my hair well. Maybe this is just not it. And so I was like, okay, I'll use it, whatever, it's fine. The first time I used it, I didn't really take note as well as I should, right? Just being honest. And then the second time I used it, which was last week before Simone came to do my retight, and I was like, okay, I am going to do this properly. And so I use this all on the scalp, okay? Use this all on the scalp, and then ran it through my hair, and then I washed right with my fingertips all throughout the hair. So that was good. Then I wanted to do a deep condition because my hair was really feeling dry and brittle and just horrible. And my grays were starting to pop, which they still are, but they seem to have like tamed down a little bit with me doing this new regimen. So then basically what I did was, after I washed my hair, I used the Carol's Daughter Wash Day Delight Jelly to Cream Conditioner. I initially bought this and I actually thought it was more of like a oil or a grease that you put on after, and then I realized, oh, it's actually a conditioner. So I was actually pretty happy about that. The only problem was, and I have not done a deep condition, God, in years, right? Like literally years. And the only problem, the reason why I didn't, was because I have one of the heating caps, the ones that you plug in, but my hair is so long it can't get into those heating caps. And so I was like, oh, okay. And I was lazy. I didn't really want to find another one or invest in another one. So then I started researching conditioning caps. And so I found this conditioning. I'll put a link in the description below, but I found this conditioning cap that literally, so the inside is like a plastic, right? A waterproof kind of plastic, if you will. And then the outside is satin. And it's about, I don't know, maybe about almost 2 feet long. So it gets all the hair in there. And I can use this as well as a shower cap, which I have been using. So then I put the Wash Day Delight conditioner all throughout my hair, okay? All throughout my hair. And then I covered it, and girl, I actually just slept with it. I slept with it overnight because it had been that long since my hair had had any sort of conditioning treatment or anything. And I know with locks, some people say you don't need to do it, but mine were like so dry, so brittle. They were breaking off on the ends. My front was breaking. Like, it was a whole stressful thing, and I didn't know what to do about it. So I got my conditioning cap, and this, honestly, the cap, it was just a few dollars. So again, I'll put the link on there. I got this one from my local hair store, but I will try and find a link to one that's pretty similar on Amazon. And I put it in my hair, I covered up my head, and I slept with it overnight. When I took it out, I washed out the conditioner, which is great, and then I had made, you know, ladies, I love me a good concoction. So I started researching different oils that that basically absorb into the hair really well and provide nutrients. So coconut oil was one of the hair oils that I had researched, and it absorbs really well into the hair, and it's easier to wash out than, let's say, like olive oil. And I think I was also using the mango lime oil as well at once, a combination of that and mango lime and olive oil and all that. And so I think it was just adding more buildup to my hair. And so I basically took my coconut oil, jojoba oil, tea tree oil, peppermint oil, and I basically mixed this great concoction that I used. So what I did before Simone came is I used this all over my scalp, okay? And then I put it down the shafts of my hair. And so when Simone came, she was like, hey, Nya, your hair looks really shiny, and like, it just felt different. It felt different because I think it just needed a whole bunch of like just moisture and nutrients and everything else like that. So that seemed to really, really help. And it's now like more than a week and a half later, and my dandruff has not come back. Like, which is wholly like amazing, because literally what would happen is I would wash my hair, I would put whatever products in my hair, and by like day 2, like all the dandruff would start kind of coming up at the front again, and my hair would be dry and itchy and brittle, and it was a whole thing. And so this is kind of how my wash routine is going. But one of the things I also did when I started researching, like especially my hairline going and why it was breaking, some people had noticed that putting different stresses on the front line of your hair can also make it brittle, make it break, and just irritate it overall. So I was sleeping initially with, different things. Like I have like a whole bunch of different scarves and things like that I would tie right around, and pretty firmly, right? Like right around my hairline like this. And then I would go to bed, right? And so what was happening, what may have been happening is because this was sitting on my hairline and it was tight on my hairline, it was causing pressure and stress to the front of my hairline, which may have been why it's dropping out. Again, this is not scientific fact or anything, but these are the things that I'm trying to change so that I can grow my hairline back. And so what I did do was I got this bonnet, okay? And so I got this bonnet. It's an extremely large bonnet. It's made of either silk or satin. Anyway, and I needed something that wasn't going to stress or have an elastic right on the front line of my hair, especially because I'm trying to grow it. I don't want to irritate it. And I have new baby locks in that I need to keep and take care of, right? So with this cap, I really liked it because one, it gets all of my hair in, keeps the moisture in because of the fabric, and then right here, I just tie it right here at the front before I go to bed. And so one of the things that you'll notice is it's over my ears, okay? And the actual tie part is not on my hairline. My hairline is actually back here, not right here. So where it's being tied is actually on my forehead and not on my hairline and irritating that. So I have found that keeping the moisture in, right, with this satin bonnet, not having it on my hairline and irritate my hairline has been doing wonders. Like I can't even tell you. And so this seems to be working. So what happens is in the morning, take this off like I am right now. And then I will, because of, again, my front of my hair, I'm trying to grow back with the little locks, and I don't want to put a whole bunch of oils and things like that in it. I'm really trying to treat the front of my locks like brand new baby locks, because they are, right? And so what I've been doing is along the shaft of my hair, I've got this spray bottle. Again, I'll put a link to it in the description. So I've got this spray bottle that I literally just put on the ends of my hair, just water, okay? And I actually have hard water where I live. So yeah, because our water comes from a well. And so what I do is I spray all of my hair throughout. I even flip it over and then go from there. And then I just finger comb throughout, okay? You'll notice though, I didn't do the front here because I don't want any moisture getting to it. That's also why I use the shower cap, because even in the shower, even when I'm not trying to, wash my hair or get my hair wet, I used to before just put it up in a ponytail and then take a shower. And because I have the new locks, I don't want that moisture to get there. So that's where this comes in, and it makes sure that no moisture goes to the front of my scalp. And then, so I will spray my hair every day like that before work. Every 3 days, I went old school. Do you guys remember Lester's S-Curl No Drip? I thought, let me just try it. Let me just see. And so I started using this on my scalp, just spraying my scalp with it every 3 days. And except again, leaving the front here alone, right? I do not spray anything around the front. I spray it like within, around, and then massage it throughout my hair, okay? I try not to forget the back or anything like that. But that's basically what I do. And this is what's been working for me. And I'm crossing my fingers that this is it. So if we want to do the steps again, just to a quick review, So I wash with the Wash Day Delight shampoo. I do a deep condition with the Wash Day Light conditioner. When I come out of the shower, I use my coconut oil concoction. If you guys want to see me, actually how I make this, let me know and I can do just a dedicated video on that. Just put it in the comments if that's something you want to see. And then I go ahead and then I'm basically done after I wash. So really it's just 3 steps, okay? 1, 2, and that conditioning treatment, you don't have to leave it overnight like I did. I just had not done my hair in eons, right? So I'm sure like if this is something you normally do, you could probably keep that in for like 30 minutes, an hour, whatever you want. And then my step 3 was my concoction. And then on a daily basis, I'm spraying it, okay, with water on the ends. And every 3 days, I'm using the Luster's S-Curl No Drip on my scalp, okay? Again, if you have baby locks, keep the oils, keep everything away and the moisture away from your baby locks. But if your locks have already fully formed, then, you know, you can use that if you'd like. Anyway, so guys, I just wanted to make sure that I share this with you. It has been 9 years since I have been locked, but I am still figuring it out, y'all. I am still figuring it out. And so I want to thank you for joining me again today. If you have any questions about my lock routine or anything like that, please don't hesitate to put something in the comments. You guys can also hit me up on Instagram at Nya + Life, and I will see you soon.